Good evening. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has just made a powerful statement today, Thursday, January 15, 2026, during the Armed Forces Remembrance Day ceremony at Government House in Port Harcourt. And this is the kind of leadership that makes people stand up and take notice. The governor has ordered the immediate employment of children of fallen servicemen in Rivers State. And when I say immediate, I mean he gave a direct marching order to the Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Benibo Anabraba, to get this done without delay. This announcement came at a very significant moment during the commemoration of the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day, a day set aside to honor those brave men and women who gave their lives defending Nigeria. We are talking about soldiers who fought in the First and Second World Wars, those who died during the Nigerian Civil War, personnel who served in international peacekeeping missions, and those who have fallen in recent counter-insurgency operations across the country. These are people who put on their uniforms every single day, knowing they might not return home to their families, and many of them never did. Governor Fubara made it absolutely clear during his speech that this decision reflects his administration's commitment to supporting the armed forces, other security agencies, and most importantly, the families of those who paid the ultimate price. He said, and I am paraphrasing here, that the Secretary to the State Government has been given a marching order to ensure that the employment promised by the State Government for the children of veterans would be immediately attended to. He went on to say that this is part of their way of showing socio-economic support to the families. That phrase, socio-economic support, is key because it shows that the government understands that employment is not just about giving someone a job, it is about providing dignity, stability, and a pathway for these young people to build their own futures. Now, let me give you some context here. Earlier in the ceremony, the chairman of the Nigerian Legion Rivers State Chapter, Ku Aminkipo Promise, had expressed deep appreciation to the state government for its sustained support to veterans and their families. He specifically highlighted the launch of the 2026 Emblem Appeal Fund, during which Governor Fubara donated a whopping 100 million naira. Yes, you heard that right, 100 million naira. That donation itself is a statement, but the Employment Directive takes things to another level because it provides long-term sustainable support rather than just one-time financial assistance. What makes this particularly touching is that the governor acknowledged the continuous sacrifices being made by troops deployed across Nigeria right now as we speak. He talked about soldiers in the northeast battling Boko Haram and other insurgent groups, those in the northwest and north-central regions fighting banditry and kidnapping, and military operations in the southeast and south-south tackling pipeline vandalism, crude oil theft, and various security challenges both on land and at sea. These are not abstract concepts. These are real men and women facing real dangers every single day. And when they fall, their families are left to pick up the pieces. The governor also took time to commend President Bola Tinubu for initiatives aimed at strengthening the armed forces, including improved welfare packages, acquisition of modern equipment, and steps taken to address internal security challenges facing the nation. This shows a level of coordination and shared vision between state and federal leadership when it comes to honoring and supporting our military personnel. If you are finding this information valuable and you want to stay updated on important news like this from across Nigeria, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any future updates. Now, according to reports, specifically one from AIT Live, the governor has directed the Secretary to the State Government to commence the immediate employment of 50 children of veterans into the Rivers State Civil Service. 50 positions might not sound like a massive number, but for 50 families who have lost their breadwinners, this is life-changing. These are not handouts. These are real jobs in the civil service that will provide regular income, benefits, and and the opportunity for career growth. This means school fees will be paid, rent will be covered, families will eat, and these young people will have the chance to build productive lives. What I find particularly impressive is the emphasis on immediate action. Too often in Nigeria, we hear big announcements at events like this, and then nothing happens. Files get pushed from one desk to another, bureaucracy kicks in, and beneficiaries are left waiting indefinitely. But Governor Fubara did not leave room for that. He gave a specific instruction to a specific person, the secretary to the state government, and made it clear that this needs to happen now. That kind of directness and accountability is what citizens want to see from their leaders. The governor also made a broader appeal during the ceremony, calling on the private sector, corporate organizations, and well-meaning individuals to complement government efforts by providing scholarships and employment opportunities for veterans and their dependents. This is important because government alone cannot carry the entire burden. When the private sector steps in, when businesses create opportunities, when individuals offer scholarships, the impact multiplies. It becomes a collective effort to ensure that no child of a fallen hero is left behind. Governor Fubara emphasized during his speech that the sacrifices of the nation's heroes must never be forgotten. He warned that history would not be kind to any generation that fails to celebrate the courage of the fallen, honor their memories, and preserve their legacy for future generations. Those are powerful words, and they carry weight because they speak to our collective responsibility as Nigerians. It is not enough to lay wreaths once a year and sing the national anthem. True honor comes from tangible action, from ensuring that the families left behind are cared for, that children have opportunities, that widows are not left to struggle alone. This directive from Governor Fubara also sends an important message to active military personnel. When soldiers, police officers, and other security agents see that their state government is committed to taking care of their families if something happens to them, it boosts morale. It reassures them that their sacrifice will not be in vain, that their children will not be abandoned, that there is a system in place to support their loved ones. This is the kind of assurance that makes people willing to give their best in service to their country. As we continue to follow this story, the key thing will be implementation. We want to see the list of beneficiaries published transparently. We want to see these young people actually resuming work in their various ministries and agencies, and we want to see that the selection process is fair and based on merit. The people of Rivers State, and indeed all Nigerians, will be watching to ensure that this promise becomes reality, and we will keep you updated as more information emerges. This is the kind of leadership that restores hope and reminds us that good governance is possible when leaders prioritize the welfare of their people.